Hello everybody. At the start, I've shown you before, and it's Tpull's Corner. Your host Travis. Opponent is Thunder. Strap in. We'll see how we do. Of course, they gave us the most expensive card in the entire deck, and one that won't do us any good if we cast it right now. But we've got some possibilities here, and room to grow. Let's just get rid of the crowbar itself. Well, that's a disgusting state of affairs. What do we think we should do? I guess Shintai of Shared Purpose can be hidden under there. And of course they get another crowbar out. That is not good for us. We'll give them a choice. They've got 4 different things. Oh, 5. That worked out just fine. They can still use the crowbar to get rid of borrowed time and get back another crowbar, though. Which is not the best for us. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and get rid of the queen. And we'll target a creature we control. And we'll attack. And they chump block. They didn't have a white, so they couldn't sacrifice the crowbar now. We're going to auto pay, and they've got Cathar's Call, and we've got Shintai. So let's see what they think is the most important thing to get back. If it were me, I'd still get rid of 1 borrowed time and go after the Citizen's Crowbar, but it looks like they want their queen back right now. I don't think that's exactly correct, but I'm not going to argue with them. Ouch. No trample though, right? No trample, no trample. And I guess we're going to pump up the guy who's the one thing that's not an enchantment. Although both of the crowbars are gone now, right? Both of the crowbars are out of action right now. Maybe we'll be okay. We will jump block. Every time. And I guess we'll go ahead and put that up. And we'll pay to get a new chump blocker every time. That's a lot of tokens. Let's see. Okay, so I really need a forest. It would have helped if they play anything other than basic lands, but no. We'll keep pumping up the life gain 1. No attacks. Another chump blocker. Mondrak can become indestructible. Wait, what is it that'll... Oh, Cathar's Call is really going overtime, isn't it? Okay, so... I guess we need to put this guy down. We will target our life gain again. I forgot Elish Norn stops things from activating, so it also stops that. Elish Norn stops everything? Oh, I'm dead. Blah, blah, blah. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities, but this is end of turn. But I was gonna pay. If I pay to have that enter, I don't know why that doesn't work. Yeah, right. It still doesn't work. Okay. I'm doing everything wrong. The enchantments work at least. But I can't really get through anybody. So if I pay... Oh, there we go. What did I do wrong last time? Did I hit the auto pay? If they put lifelink or trample on that, that would be impressive. Alright, we got a flyer. I think I may have hit the arrow and just sped through the auto-pay feature. That's what I think I did. Okay, counters don't matter. What matters for this one is the Sinner's counter, right? Oh, hello. Can't they just kill me by bum rushing me with all of the, Okay, this should finally work. We'll get rid of the 90-90. Alright, the 90-90 is gone. Can't attack yet, but we can go get another chump blocker. What was that 35 right there? I don't think they did the math. Couldn't they have taken me out already? Alright, who do we have? We have the indestructible one. So I guess we go block him. We'll go ahead and go through the motions. Who's left? That was fun. Just barely made it. Of course I had fun. I won, didn't I? We beat a Phyrexian deck. Woohoo! And we got a card. How many Dragon Whelps do I have now? Alright, let's go ahead and show you the deck. You get that many counters and that many tokens and the machine still gets a little laggy. Started to remind me of the original Scoot Swarm days with Landfall before they input the token limit. Alright, we are playing a white and green deck. And bear with me for a second while I go and find it because evidently it's not near the top. Where the heck did it go? There we are. Cheap Enchantment. Should be plural. Should be an S. It's just maybe hidden there. We played a deck recently called... what is it? Just hang on. Let's go ahead and look. We played a deck called Cheap Ventures. So I'm starting a new series that's going to be a playlist. It's going to be the Cheap Playlist. And this is Cheap Enchantment. Okay, so our average mana cost is 3.9, which is kind of high. We've got 18 creatures, 25 enchantments, and still only 24 lands. So let's go break it down and dissect this. As we see that I got a new Evolved Spinoderm. And the key is we got 3 Jukai Naturalists. The enchantment spells cost 1 less to cast. We've got 1 Machiko's Reign of Truth to give +1 to everybody. Any one target that I want. That's +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment you control. Then you get Portrait of Machiko itself, and she has +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment you control thereafter. For removal, we have 3 copies of March of Otherworldly Light. We can, as long as we can pay the mana cost, if we're willing to discard another white card, it'll give us an extra 2 to the X in the casting cost. So if there's something that's too expensive that gets out there too early and we think it's big enough a threat to be worth 2 of our cards, we'll just throw a white card out so we can afford to actually exile it. This can work on artifacts, creatures, or enchantments, but not planeswalkers. For planeswalkers, Borrowed Time, 4 copies of that. It's an enchantment, so it's cheaper with the Naturalist. As most things in here, we've got an enchantment creature with the Fox Monk that gives us some lifelink. Fall of Lord Conda, exile a creature that's mana value 4 or more. Faithbound Judge, this is a Spirit Soldier with Defender, Flying, and Vigilance. He can't attack until he gets 3 judgment counters on him. Then becomes a 4/4 attacker. The Defender just drops off. If he dies, for 7 disturb cost, we can bring it back as another enchantment. And of course, we enchant on the opponent. And every turn we get a Sinner's Judgment counter on it. And once we reach 3 judgment counters, the enchanted player loses the game. So this is an alternate win scenario for us. We've got not just knocking them out for 20 points of damage. I don't think we could mill anybody. That's the other way to win, right? But this is one of the other alternate ways to win the game. I think I only have 1 copy of Faithbound Judge anyway. He's like a mythic rare, I think. We have 1 copy of Catilda, Dawnheart Martyr, and oh man, why do they always do that? I wonder if I can change her from here. What if I search for her? I just want to get rid of... It's so hard to do the black and white stuff. I really just want to do the regular. Thank you. Okay, so let's go back to the way we prefer to see this displayed. Catilda, Dawnheart Martyr, Legendary Warlock, Flying Protection from Vampires and Lifelink. Power and toughness are equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. So it fits in with enchantments. Then if she dies, we can bring her back as a legendary enchantment as well and enchant somebody else who gets the flying lifelink and protection from vampires and the +X/+X. 2 broken wings to take out artifacts, enchantments, or flyers. The 1 fight rigging that you saw, so we can keep adding counters on creatures the whole time once per turn. We've got our own Queen All-in-All of Rudock that we didn't get to put out. They're 90/90. They just kept hitting with chump blockers that we put in our way. So then we were able to exile that one. Hopefully we'll get ours to be put to better use. Goshintai of Shared Purpose, one of the legendary shrines. 1/3 with Vigilance. At the end of your turn, you pay 1 mana and you get the 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. You just saw us do that. Hallowed Haunting, lovely little enchantment. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control suddenly have flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you get one of those spirit cleric tokens. And the power and toughness are equal to the total number of spirits you control, which is kind of cool because we have Faithbound Judge as well that counts, and Catilda that counts if we happen to get those out while this is out. I think I don't know how many copies of this I have. I know I've done a Hallowed Haunting deck in the past, so I think I have multiple copies. But again, that's a mythic rare one. Dormant Grove, enchantment. At the beginning of your combat turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So it's a little similar to Fight Rigging. With Fight Rigging, you have the Hideaway, so once the creature gets 7 or greater, then you can play the card. With Dormant Grove, instead, the enchantment transforms, and all other creatures you control have Vigilance with the Gnarled Grove Strider out. The 1 Unnatural Growth, to double the power and toughness of each creature until end of the turn. Beginning of each combat, doesn't matter if it's our turn or our opponent's turn, we get the double either way. And Zara Jenin, Scion of Efrava, the legendary cat warrior with Domain. Whenever it becomes tapped, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with toughness less than the number of basic land types among lands you control. We're looking mostly to have him work with Goshintai of Shared Purpose or the Hallowed Haunting. If we get these cheap spirit creature tokens out, maybe, we can go ahead and put some counters on those. For the expensive stuff, we have 1 Farewell, if things get out of control, because we don't really have any other board wipes. We have 2 Sigarda's Summons. All creatures with +1 counters on them have base power and toughness 4, flying, and become angels. We have 3 Greater Tanukis, which we might have to discard just to go get land, or otherwise they are enchantment creatures, so they count. They're dogs, actually, although it's kind of weird looking dog to me from this angle. We have 3 Sky Blessed Samurai. This is kind of why our mana cost is up at 3.9 for the average. They cost 7, right? But they cost 1 less to cast for each enchantment you control. So 4/4 flyers, and so, for example, when Jukai Naturalist comes out, the Naturalist is itself an enchantment creature, and it makes enchantment spells cost 1 less to cost. So just one of those out, and suddenly this goes from costing 7 to only costing 5. So it should be easy to get this down. So the 3.9 average mana value cost is a little bit deceptive for the inclusion of these 4. It's going to go down a little bit. And 1 Titan of Industry, because we want to be able to destroy artifacts and enchantments. That kind of thing. What do we have for lands? 1 Besieger Who Endures, a couple of Botanical Gardens so we can draw if we need to later, and 2 Fields of Ruin. Which, for some reason lately, hasn't mattered that much. There is a ton of special lands. Phyrexia has some relevant lands for their poison decks, for creating tokens. They got 3 or 4 good lands that could be used, and I'm not seeing them a lot yet. And of course, the arena always wants to give you those first. I only have 2, and it gave me 2. A lot of times I just have 1 in the deck because of stuff like this, because I don't want them to mess up my mana at the very beginning. I think they could change their algorithm if they think we really want 1 of these. They should be able to code it so we only get 1 and not 2. Because somebody should have pointed out to them by now in just a tiny bit of playtesting. And, you know, the game's been out for a couple of years now, right, for this newer online arena. Somebody should have pointed out that this happens to them. That's a problem with the way they generate things. It's not a problem here. We finally got somebody playing with something other than basic lands for a change. Are these new Capenna rules? I see 3 colors already. I'm not seeing too many 5-color decks right now either. Oh, please tell me you're not an Arcane Bombardment deck. I have a suspicion. Alright, let's go ahead and hang on a sec. this should be an easy removal for them. I rest my case. Oh, so maybe it's not an Arcane Bombardment deck. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, let's just get rid of the Triland. Fall of Lord Khan is not going to work on that. If it turns into a 4/4 dragon, the mana cost is still 2. What if we try and get rid of it? It looks more and more like they're a counterspell deck. But they let that happen. You got something that can hold priority. What do you got? You want to wait stuff out? Alright, I'll bite. She just becomes a little 1/1. You can't be afraid of that, can you? She's all by herself. How much? Yeah, let her go. Let her live. She's a queen. You should accord her all the respect that is due her. I feel a distinct lack of respect. Oh, wait. They did respect the queen. They just hit me in my face. Wow. I'm scared of you. Discard 2 cards. Well, let's get rid of the Faithbound Judge, and let's get rid of Khanda. And Howler Haunting comes down. What do you got that can take care of enchantments? Anything? They might counter the spell, but they can't stop the cleric token from forming. And that pumps up Queen all in all. Alright, that little tactic is gone forever. If one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a 1/1 white soldier creature token are created as well. We waited till they were tapped out. Once we get this enchantment down, I don't care what kind of counters they have, we still get the cleric token. Spirit cleric, that is. I like that. I like that little wispy kind of blue-white energy type thing. Let's see. What do we want to do? Let's give it to this. Attack! Wow. What are all your spells? What are they doing? Here, let me do this too. They could just have it burn down the house. When they kill all these, that will kill all in all too, because her numbers will drop. It's like I know how they work. Alright. I could use one more land. Is Faithbound Judge going to work? Sure. It's not a land. Reveal your hand. No. We're just gonna get rid of... Hey! Why can't I do that? Oh, you're 2. Hang on. Am I out of mana? I don't have enough for that. Okay. You get to keep your virus beetle. Have fun with that. Enchantments cost less. Let's see if you have the counterspell or not. You had the earlier counterspell, you had the burn down the house. You don't have this. What do you have? This is like the golden pair right here. My 2 mythic rare enchantments. What else do we have that can even compare? The rest is just really the supporting cast. But this is the workhorse. Jukai makes all things possible. Let's hear it for the monks. Instead of let's hear it for the boy, let's hear it for the monk. He chose suicide. It's only digital suicide in case somebody reports it to the authorities. Chose Bukudo. Or no, what is it? Sabuku, sorry. Alright. Let's go again. That's accurate for the Kamigawa era, right? Turn your sword upon yourself and just die an honorable death. I created this deck a little bit ago, probably before I created the Cheap Ventures deck. But it's been a while since I played it because I've been making so many new decks lately. Depending on what my schedule's like. You know, some days I'll go 2 or 3 days without creating a deck, and some days I'll create 2 or 3 in a day. We're good with being reactive for the start, and so we can build up and cast the more expensive stuff later. They're going to ramp. This could just be mono green. They're using that. No, it's white. Okay, so there's a lot of people that use this spell that don't bother to pack any black at all in their deck. And we're actually okay until we go and get 7 lands, so... this is a good time to find out if they have disenchants, because we have a lot of enchantments. So if they destroy this one, that just allows us to bring it back later, Sinner's Judgment, so it's not really the biggest deal. But in case they try and throw anything at us, it does make for a good chump blocker for a couple turns as well. I should try and get 4 copies of that and just make a deck out of that. What do we got going on? Create green, blah blah blah. We're just gonna destroy you. They were gonna go get another. They're gonna get a creature and pump it up. We've already got 3 basic lands, so I'm dealing with a domain deck. It should be okay. Because you were kind of premature with that Mondrak. Maybe that's all they had? We're not letting you get indestructible. Exile stuff from the graveyard. That is bad for me. You will not exile anything from my graveyard. I want Sinner's Judgment. I want Catilda's Rising Dawn. I want First Blood is Mine. I want to hit you in your face. Okay, Network Terminal is fine. That is just fine. Okay, they're looking at this. Do they have something they can do? What do we have that we can do? I'm sort of putting out the lesser threat while we've got the advantage, because I want to see, do you have a board wipe? That's fine if you do. I'm 2 lands away from casting Sinner's Judgment. Okay, farewell. Not bad. So they get their Honored Heirloom back. Everything was already... Let's do that. We're going to destroy that heirloom again. If they kill Catilda, I want to bring Catilda back. We could use a little bit more land at this point. I don't know what they're waiting for. Did you have a 1-mana spell? I can't sit here as a 1/1. They can kill me just with Mondrak alone in 6 turns. I would only do 6 points of damage. And now they have Rabble Rousing, so... we gotta pick up the pace. Oh, they have enchantment creatures. Still no land. We will attack. We will create the chump blockers. Ugh. They do have it. Okay. It's alright. It's all alright. They can just hit us for everything. What do we care? They can just kill us next turn, can't they? We never got land. This entire time, still no land. Can't even create another chump blocker. They got a Traxa. I think that's what you call overkill at this point. They don't even have a swamp. They just use their mana terminal. It didn't matter which one I got rid of, though, but I think we got rid of the right artifact. Yeah, they had exactly what they needed for the farewell. Reset the board, put everything in their favor. Now they've got a flyer. Who can block us? What'd you all get? Broker's Ascendancy, another farewell, you know, Kiva. Okay. And how much was that? 7? I can't do anything with March of Otherworldly Light with that. What can I do to block stuff? We can block you there, and what is that, 15? There, that's it. Did they ever bother to make Mondrak indestructible? No, they did not. So I could get rid of Elish Norn, maybe? Didn't even gain life from that. They finally gave me something. I can't get past that. So I guess I'm checking to see what's left. I don't think there's anything in my deck that can really do anything with Elish Norn out. Elish Norn just shuts everything down. Yeah. That's it. I can't get past Atraxa. Atraxa wins. That's, there have been people complaining about Atraxa being all over the place. That's like my second exposure to Atraxa. And I don't think they even really needed her. I think they had me. Yeah, one of the biggest weaknesses of this entire deck is coming up against Farewell. All they have to do basically is exile enchantments and I'm done for. I would like these guys to actually put out more scenarios, not just formats for us, but like when you first came on board you went up against 5 different colored decks. I'd like them to do some pre-constructed decks to just run us through more gauntlets, run us through like 5 colored gauntlets every now and then, and tie it into the ongoing story so that they can make us feel that we're part of the action and helping. You know, they got this invasion with Phyrexia right now. They could have made some pre-constructed decks and set us on a mission. Gave us some extra gold or cards or something once you complete the mission. For those of us who don't just want PvP only, so to speak. Give us something else to do. Fight Reeking, sure. Spell Pierce. Ugh, protection from red and green. Green is one of my colors. This is gonna be interesting. Let's start with Hallowed Haunting. No more Spell Pierce. Can you equip that with the Mightstone and Weakstone? Yes, you can. Okay. Ouch! Scatter Ray and Combat Courier. Okay. So the Scatter Ray goes away, so I don't need to worry about that. Five. I don't have much left to do here. I mean, I can put her down. That's not going to stop the Surge Engine. I needed one of my exile cards. I got at least 7 good ones that could work. Don't think it matters so much anymore. Yeah, that can't be blocked. I don't have anything that can do anything to it. All those removal spells and none of them came up. Sometimes the algorithm punishes you in different ways. One of the most frustrating things to me when I first started making my own decks was I tried to find a good balance of creatures and instants and sorceries. And what would invariably happen is I'd get my opening hand would have entirely instants and sorceries or entirely creatures. And my opponent would always just get just the right mix. You know, 3 creatures maybe, 3 spells that were removal or protection, one or the other. You know, whatever it was that they needed, they had. And it was very frustrating in the beginning. That can still happen with this sometimes. And now it's mono red aggro, and they didn't give us land and they didn't give us green. Thanks a lot, Magic. Thanks for nothing. We just lost the last battle, in case you didn't notice. You didn't need to punish us again. Oh, it's not mono red. They got some black in there too. Whoop-de-doo. We wanted to have fun games, not land starvation games. When will you end your cruel torture, Arena? Go ahead, use it now. Use it now! They have to give me land someday. Told you. One down. That gives me a chance. Never mind. Alright, Faithbound Judge. There's a combo in this deck that makes really good use of Scrap Welder. I've only seen like one person know the deck well enough to actually do it. But it's been a while, I forgot what it was myself. Fight Rigging. Ooh. 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 Borrow time. We're trying to outscale the Dragon Spark reactor. In the meantime, the artifacts can all go away once Farewell comes into play. So, we're going to go look for more land. Because we don't got no artifacts anywhere nearby. He could, on a turn, he could sacrifice the Harvester and then use the Dragon Spark Reactor. Okay. Discard. We need to start building up our green sources. And they might get rid of Faithbound Judge, which is fine. So, let's give them another target. They should be willing to activate the reactor now, just to eliminate the Judge. Ouch. You're so mean. Look how much life he has. I'm gonna have to do creatures anyway, so that one was going away no matter what. Alright, exile the creatures, exile the artifacts. I'm gonna leave you with your graveyard. So be thankful, I guess. I don't think they have mana value 4 or greater, do they? For creatures? Right now they can do... Nope, they can do more damage now. They need to survive long enough to win the alternate method via Sinner's Judgment. Smart. Made good use of their mana. Ugh. Come on, lifelink. There you go. You see, I would have waited and got the treasure first. Just exiled the treasure. You have Menace. Why did you not attack with Facebreaker? I don't understand this at all. Well, I need something besides the golden tail. No, actually I don't. I don't need something else, do I? Because I've got fight rigging. That should give me the 1 point I need. You don't have the mana to remove the Disciple. The most you could do is chump block. That puts me up to 8. And you lose the Virus Beetle as an attacker. Oh, you lost. Should have got rid of that land with a blood token to at least draw further in your deck, see if you had anything. Not enough. They got close. But our alternate win condition is going to take effect as soon as that next counter comes in. Judgment counters for the win. This is why we don't quit. 1 life point. They got a treasure they can exile. They can exile. Right? Exile the top card. Do you have anything? Anything left in the deck? Let's go look. Oh, it's a land. Okay. So now use your blood token. Nope. They gave up the ghost. That's how we win. Right like that. Alright. Couple of wins, couple of losses. Let's go in and show you the deck one more time. And if I didn't say it yet, remember to like and subscribe. I think that gives us 4 copies of Garna now. But I feel good, because we did get the Jukai Naturalist out. We did show how we can make the enchantments cheaper, and that's our version of ramping. We did have the Greater Tanuki to go search for land as well. And we not only won a couple of different times, but we also got to win once with, where are you? Sinner's Judgment, the alternate win condition. So that's always fun to show. Win a couple different ways while you're playing. So just to mix it up, add a little something extra. Sometimes if you're having fun, you can run a search on phrase loses the game, or wins the game, and you can find all the alternate win condition cards. And I think I've got the start of a series that showcases those. I haven't had much occasion because we had the Great September rotation. I had 2 or 3 of those videos in the can, and then they were suddenly just irrelevant, and I didn't have the time to edit, stitch all the individual battles together. But we'll get around to it at some point. We'll get more of them in there. And we'll make sure to showcase these alternate win conditions, and we'll just put them on one playlist for you. But let me know what you think of the deck. This will be another entry in the cheap playlist. And I got a couple more cheap ideas, just things that'll make our spells cheaper to cast and maybe help us win some games. We'll leave it there. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a good one.